Tensions are rising between Gondor and the Easterlings, and it has led to a full-on war. Gondor has looked for aid, they've called for aid, and the elves have arrived with a small force, and they are ready to take on the Easterlings in this beautiful battlefield. And joining me in today's battle, we have Jackiefish.
Hey, how's it going? I'm looking forward to another Rise of Mordor battle where hopefully we get some pretty crazy action. Yeah,
I'm super stoked. This is a cool map. We'll go really fast over the army comps because this one's going to probably pick up really quickly. I'll start with the good guys, the men of the West, the free peoples. So we have the elves.
Good guys, I mean.
So cool. Yeah, who knows what this war is even about? But the elves are bringing a couple units of cav. In the center, I mean, they've got a very small but professional army. They've got some archers. They've got the shipwrights nobles behind them. They've got some nobles as well, some like spear nobles, and that's basically it. He's got a general, which is in a shipwright noble unit, and then Gondor has some cav in the front here, some Gondor cav. He's got the Pelargir Marines for skirmishers. He's got some swordsmen and some Prince's Coast Guard. And then way in the back, he's got some warriors of Losnarok. I never know how to pronounce that correctly.
Yeah, me neither.
But those are the forces of the West. Let's check out the East.
Awesome. So, it's pretty easy here. They're all going to be the same units, could be the same faction. So they're going to have a ton of these archers on the front line, just for located room archers, pretty standard force. Supporting them, we have the halberds as well, backing up, preventing any cavalry charges from coming in. Then have the lancer unit for the Easterlings as well, a pretty solid, heavily armored unit with some really fine detail in on that armor. If you zoom all the way in, you can really see some of the evil writing inscribed on that armor piece, which is pretty beautiful. On the other side of things, again, it's going to be the same kind of setup. Archers, followed up by halberds, followed up by infantry and shock infantry, then followed up by horses. So I think that's pretty much it. A very quick run through the armies, but nothing really that, out of the ordinary that we don't normally see.
Yeah, no, they do look very similar army comps, both the Easterling armies, and it looks like they are going to take more of a passive approach here. I think they're going to rely on their archers, and that's kind of why they're just stationary. And we'll see who makes the first bold push into that firing range. And it looks like it's going to be Gondor because they don't have archers. They've got skirmishers, the javies. So I think...
Yeah, I really like... sorry to interrupt you. I was going to say, I really like the way the battle's been split up, though, with this, town in the middle.
Yeah.
Either side. It's super cool.
And I wonder, can you run through these buildings?
Yeah, so you can. There are actually paths through. I think it's just where all the dirt paths are. You can also go through the middle tree as well. So it'll be interesting to see both sides really kind of committing forces and then seeing who can help out one another. I think that's going to really decide who wins this battle. And a huge cav push over on the Eastling side.
Massive. They're going for the archers, but they've got such a long distance that it's going to be easy for them to react to it. And look at the other archers on the other side are just opening fire in this cav, but they're fully committing. They're not stopping.
God, they went for it. Into spearmen and all, but I mean, that line was pretty thin, so some of the horses are able to break their way through, but immediately being enveloped by the elves.
That is crazy. That is crazy bold. I did not expect that from the Easterlings, but they're gonna try to get out of there and reorganize. Over on the other side, we have Gondor setting up the Marines, trying to get in firing range, it looks like.
I wonder if they're going to be going after the located room halberds or if they're going to be just focusing down one unit. Because I always love doing this with the javelins, is just focusing down one unit. It's a really big weak point in the enemy line with the javelins.
Yeah, but most of it's going into the macemen. Ooh, now their backs are turned though. That's all right. But yeah, the shields kind of just blocked most of those projectiles, and that's probably why he has the macemen in front of the halberds. But
giving them a bit of cover. Oh, on the other side of this battle is super fast-paced. The Eastlings are being pushed up.
Oh yeah.
To close the distance on the elves, not wanting to stay at range against the quality elven archers.
Yeah.
To bring everything forward.
That's a smart move too, and I think if the Easterlings, if they use their numbers and really try to overwhelm the elves, they could beat them. But yeah, they are sending in the infantry. It's kind of the opposites, where Gondor's going in on the other side, and then this side, the Easterlings are going in. There it is.
They are up against the elven spears as well, which aren't exactly a super killy unit. So
Yeah.
they can rely on their infantry to probably eventually win this battle if it keeps up like this, with no actually added support to the fight.
Look at this formation, though. It's like he's not attacking the flanks because he knows the units are better on the flanks. And he's just coming.
Look how quick he's ripping through them Noldrin spears. Already down to 60 elves. Wow.
This is great plays here by the Easterlings because he knows he's not going to win on the flank, so he's just going to sit there and just push through the center and break the elven formation. On the other side, though, look at this. Gondor has gone in as well against the Easterlings, and it's a little all over the place.
It really is. It's an absolute mess, but there are gaps. If the cavalry can exploit these gaps, they're going to immediately get onto these archers, and that's exactly what they're doing. One unit of Gondorian cavalry able to find their way through it and just obviously charging immediately into the back of anywhere they can. Unfortunately, they're not committing to that charge.
Yeah.
They could have even got through there. I'm going to try now and just back off and then just be a focus point of all that arrow fire coming in.
Ooh, yeah.
There.
Looks like he's going to send infantry instead.
Yeah, I'm going to try and just breach through there, but you kind of need the cavalry to come in, and it's giving these things enough time to really reform up here and get a unit ready to countercharge. And as you can see, that unit is coming in with the support of missile fire, able to warn them off fairly effectively.
Navarric Lancers kind of charging into some Prince's Coast Guard, but let's go to the other side. Let's go to the Elven battle, and we can see things are getting pretty wild where Rune is just kind of ignoring the shipwrights nobles and pushing around the flank with some warriors, Varg warriors.
I mean, this just goes to show that the huge weakness of the elves. They're amazing, they're really high quality. They just don't have the numbers to to prevent stuff like this, because you can see the Easterlings with their great amount of soldiers can just exploit these weaknesses and get around the flank with a lot more of these scarier units.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Rune looks like he's doing a great job here. He's just kind of overwhelming the center, overwhelming the flanks by pushing cav and infantry. So it's still really close. I mean, the elves are tricky. It always seems like they're losing because they have such small armies, but they can fight their way out of these situations. So we'll see how this plays out. I'm going to go back over to the other side.
There's a lot of these things left on that side, but yeah, I think the Gondorian side will be very interesting as well.
Yeah. We've got the Silver Swan Knights from Gondor just kind of running around. It looked like he went in for a charge. Uh-oh. Look at this. Rune is... Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. That's not Rune. My bad. That's Gondor sending over their cab with their general.
Yeah, I'm really surprised we haven't seen more cavalry being sent into either of the fights, just trying to make their way through and help support, because neither side really has a lot of protection for their missiles whatsoever. Gondor able to find the gaps as well over on their side. They've got 3 units of cavalry through, just immediately charging down these archers, able to get some deadly ass charges on them.
And infantry. They're flanking around with the infantry, and finally the Easterling cab. But where are they going? Why are they going that way? I would assume they would have countered the charges of Gondor.
Maybe they just want to kind of cut their losses and then maybe see if they can get a good charge off for their own sake of it, because there's no real saving their archers now. That one unit of Gondor cav already up to 73 kills, able just to then pull out and then charge back in, I think, immediately. And get another good charge back into the Warlords of Rune as well on that right flank. That's deadly.
Yeah, Rune is definitely struggling on this side, so we might see Gondor win on this side and then Rune win on the other side, but it's still really close. I mean, look at the elves. Every time I come back and look, it's closer and closer to an even battle.
Yeah, them shipwright nobles are not giving up without
a
fight.
And he's flanking behind the runic or the Easterling infantry with some archers. Elven archers, so I don't.
And any charge, morale can start to really play a big part. And as we say, look at the morale dropping for the Easterlings.
Wow.
And that really goes to show the quality of the elves right there. They've been in this situation at the beginning of the battle. They held the line. So the Easterlings.
Amazing. I'd be so frustrated. So over here, I mean, the same thing with Gondor. I mean, it seems like Gondor is gonna win this one.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna need to because I guess maybe not though. Yeah, the elves have completely just smashed that flank. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Everything's routed. Wow, I'm not expecting that.
Wow. Oh my god. Because Rune looked like they did everything right. But now it's just archers. And Gondor is just outmaneuvering his runic opponent, or his Easterling opponent.
Yeah, I mean, with a cavalry though, but not, like, he doesn't really have that much left. Obviously, he has that cavalry, but there's a lot of infantry still left for the runic player on this other flank, and maybe he can do enough. But yeah, I mean, the Gondor cav is just doing work. So he's kind of lacking on that infantry part of things, only with, what, 2 units left, 1 unit of infantry left, so he really does not have much in that department. So if I was maybe Gondor at this point, I'd cut my losses, reform my Elven ally, and then take on this force.
That's true, yeah. I keep making the mistake where I keep thinking red, like the red icons is rune, and blue is Gondor.
Blue good.
yeah. So no, rune is doing well here.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's good.
Barely any infantry left for Gondor whatsoever. They just have 2 units of cavalry, and they've kind of thrown them away almost, not really like looking to form up. If I was, as I said just a minute ago, like, retreat back to your allies over here, join up with the elves, and then attack as you front. Because right now you're throwing them away.
Cav is so strong in this game, even if you just have 1 unit. Yeah, like the Swan Knights, like, get them to the elves. Just get them to the elves, because you're not going to get anything done here. This battle's pretty much over. They're watching your general like a hawk. They know, oh, he's going in.
Yeah, I mean, a pretty good charge, but again, now then pikes go down, and as he put out, they're going to lose a handful of horses, where beforehand, like, if they just went over to the elves, they could then just let the elves engage and do this. I mean, you just rear charge, and it's business as usual, but unfortunately, a lot of this cav is breaking, and I think this has given the Easterlings probably the advantage in this battle, because they're now able to deal with this Gondor cav, which is obviously going to be huge in the battle.
Yeah. He still has a chance to save his general. Even at this size, they could still be deadly, but he goes in again. And he's just... I mean, he's not doing a bad job here. He's trying to weaken the Easterlings as much as possible, but...
Yeah, I mean, that Swan general unit has 250 kills, so he's definitely done good, but I just feel like they could have held it off and really secured this victory. I mean, again, battle's in favor of the Easterlings right now, so
yeah,
that play could have lost them the game, honestly. Not reserving that cavalry and not just being patient.
Yeah, he also has some Marines in the back as well. He could easily, save them, and he is going after the runic general, the Easterling general, but there we go.
To take him down, and now the cavalry's just going to pursue him, and he's basically out of the game. The elves have arrived, though.
Look at this. This is huge, though, because they got him. I mean, the Easterlings haven't even gotten a chance to reform. The elves are here. Kind of recklessly. I mean,
just charging in anything they can to reinforce the Gondorians, but as I said, I feel like it's just a little bit too late. But then again, we've seen how strong these shipwright nobles are. If they just don't break, and if they can get some good charges off, then pretty much GG. Nice rear charge there by rising the back of this big old blob.
Yeah. And we've got the general.
We've seen the elves do way more with a lot less. So
yeah.
I'm not counting them out quite yet. I mean, look at that. The runic units are routing again.
Oh, but the Easterlings have a really healthy cav unit attacking the elves deep in enemy territory.
It's just going to get swamped back. I mean, they managed to get out of there quite nicely, but I don't know, I feel like the cavalry, I mean, there's just so much cavalry left, though, but there's like next to no infantry left. I don't know, the elves have just proven themselves time and time again. That halberd unit, like the cavalry's basically pushing the halberd forward, and the elves don't really have anywhere to go.
They've surrounded the elves. This is what they have to do to kill these elves. I mean, they're just too good.
Indeed, charge after charge after charge, and hopefully the Elven player commits everything to this big blob.
He has to. He has to. Maybe send like 1 or 2 units to watch the rear.
Another cavalry charge coming in now as well.
Oh, he's getting the halberds.
Yeah, trying their best to come around. That charger is going to be brutal, just collapsing in. They kind of need to use that cavalry as effectively as they can, but again, more of the runic infantry is just breaking.
Yeah.
Just out of pace, and look at the morale of everybody. Honestly, couldn't tell you who's going to win this one.
This is crazy. Yeah, because whenever you never underestimate the elves, because every single time I think, oh, it's over for them. They fight their way out of it.
Yeah, if they can get rid of this cavalry, that's huge. But I think there might just be a little bit too much cavalry left at this battle.
Yeah. Yeah.
The elves going.
Yeah, the Cavs saved the day.
Yeah, if they could have pinned it down maybe a little bit more. I mean, to have 3 units of cavalry at this point in the game as well is huge, so that definitely helped them out. But there's really next to no infantry left whatsoever.
Yeah, it's looking like it's over. I mean, that's a you know, when you don't have Cav in this mod, it's tough. It's tough
I say that though, but I mean, I don't know.
There's no. Yeah, I mean, okay. Bounds of Power says otherwise. I don't think there's any way they could do this.
Yeah, there you go. They're breaking. I don't know. I saw the infantry. The Eastling infantry is pretty low on morale. There you go. The elves go. They clear the battlefield. Oh, that was a close one.
Yeah, that was really close. That was fun. I mean, it was cool that the battle was kind of fought in 2 different sides, and you know, Gondor lost on their side and the elves won on their side. It led to this final conclusion. But yeah, Gondor just didn't kill enough of the Cav, and that's kind of what won the day for the Easterlings.
Yeah, it really did help push them forward, and yeah, there's just too much Cav left alive at the end of the battle.
Yeah, for sure. And if we look at the kills here, nothing too crazy. Well, the Cav did amazing. Obviously, this was the Durin player. Got a ton of kills with his Cav. Most of them did pretty well. And then Zarn did, man, I don't know. One of his halberds got 107, but it seemed like he executed the battle really well against the elves, and it just kind of.
Well, again, the kills are a bit deceptive, right? There's only 85 of elves in
That's
a
true.
unit, so
yeah,
you know, like they still did pretty decent.
That's true. I always forget the elves are just tiny units. And then if we look at the elves, I mean, the archer kills are great. The Cav kills are great. I mean, you kind of have to have a ton of kills to be able to win, you know, because they're so outnumbered. And then,
yeah, you really do.
Yeah, Gondor did pretty decent with his Cav as well. So some of their Cav 284. His infantry did decent, but he just couldn't kill enough to win his battle and help his ally win the battle overall. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up here for today's Rise of Mordor video. Be sure, guys, to check out Jackiefish's channel. It's linked in the video description, and check out his Rise of Mordor video. And also, there's a link to the Discord. We got the replay off of the Rise of Mordor Discord, so definitely check that out as well. This was fun, and we will see you guys next time on the battlefield.